Absolutely. I think it's an excellent service. They have been improving the past 5 years, unbelievably. They've been doing a lot of work, and I feel that they've been outstanding.
What do you think about the fare hike? Do you think it's fair?
It's fair up to a point. I hope they control it a little bit better, and they don't raise it anymore.
A lot of people are concerned about crime on the trains. Do you think that's a problem?
Yes, I do believe it's a problem, and I think they should do something about it to resolve it.
Well, what do you think could be done given the limitations of budgets and all that?
Well, there's not much that can be done, but it's just control the people that are going into the subway stations and.
There's a lot of subway. There's a lot of long lines getting tokens and stuff. In the shot. Do you think there's longer lines now with the fare increase?
There's longer lines, absolutely, and there's not enough token service. That's one thing I totally agree with you.
Well, what do you think the city should do about that? Any ideas or recommendations how to improve the
Well,
situation?
I think they should have altered hours. They should have, how would I say, every other hour, maybe, so, or every other 3 hours, instead of having it just a 3-hour service and that's it for the day.
How is the train service itself? Do you think the trains run efficiently and they run on time?
Yes, I think they have a pretty good record now. I think they've been doing excellent, I feel that I have no problems, no qualms about it. I ride the subway every day.
What is one? If there was one thing that could be improved about the trains, what would that what would you think that would be?
Cleanliness, clean it up a little bit better.
Okay.
I think it would be cleanliness. I think they should clean up the subway stations a little bit better and have a nice atmosphere, a cleaner environment.
Has there been have you witnessed or have you been the subject of any assaults or any problems in terms of crime on the train?
I have been fortunate enough not to have been a subject of violence or anything like this, but I have heard of my friends being subjects of violence and getting ripped off with chains and
What do you think can be done about that?
not much. I think absolutely nothing. I think it's a hopeless situation as far as that's concerned because there's always going to be somebody out there. Just like anything that's good in the bed.
Okay, thanks a lot.
I'm a big fan of the subway, actually.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
No, that's not true. You want to get everybody.
Hey, and
Sir, you're a subway rider. Why don't you tell us about what your experience is catching a train in the morning? Is it a good one?
for the most part, I think the subway is a good system. I noticed on the weekends, though, this year, the 4-5 has had a lot of construction problems and make you change at Bowling Green and get off different stations to get back on. But for the most part, I think the subways have really gotten a lot cleaner. And as far as the summer, the air conditioning's been pretty good in most of the cars.
A lot of the people that I've been talking to were complaining about the fare hike and about the long lines on the turn by the token booths. What has been your experience in terms of the long lines and the tokens?
That's definitely one of the major problems as far as the change and everything is concerned. But if you plan ahead and you buy 10 packs, that's what I usually like to do, it really isn't much of a problem. The problem I've seen a lot of times, people have been cutting other people. If there's two lines, people come off the trains and go directly to one of the other windows ahead of people who've been waiting for a long time. That definitely is a problem. I think they should, probably get some machines or something like that where you can put money in and just get a token out if you need.
What do you think about people feeling justified in not paying a token? If the line is too long and your train's coming, you want to catch a train, there's no reason why you should stand on the line. How do you feel about that?
I'm not really much of a criminal in my day, but I mean, I guess there's certain. I mean, it seems to me like the subways come pretty frequently anyway. So even if you don't catch that one, I mean, there should be one right behind it.
Have you seen people jumping not paying the fare and
I
just getting disgusted
I mean,
and saying,
I guess that happens every once in a while. I mean, I can't really say it's a habitual thing.
What about crime on the subways? Have you had the misfortune of either experiencing one on a personal level or seeing someone committing an assault or a crime on someone?
No,
What do you
I
think about
haven't.
the crime
Actually, I ride the trains pretty late at night. Sometimes on the weekends, I come back like 12, 1, 2 o'clock. I really haven't had much of a problem with that at all.
If there was one thing that you wanted to change about our subway system,
question. I think the construction has been my major problem. I don't really think. I think it's a good system. I think it's a lot better than the cabs in New York, and I'm pretty happy with it. Actually, I'm a pretty big fan of the subway. So.
The subway people now have a slogan to come back. You know, we're coming back. They want you to come back. Are you coming back to the system?
Well, I've been riding it since I was very young, so I don't think I've ever come back. It's just I've always put up with it. And I think it's getting a lot better.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Anybody? What do you think about the subway system? Do we have a good subway system?
No, I don't think that we do. There's too many delays. Still a lot of crime. I don't think there's enough transit police.
What do you think about the subway hike? Do you think it's justified? Do you think it's fair that we're paying $1.15 now for the same ride?
No. No, I don't. Like I said, there's not enough transit police.
Okay, so he wants you to repeat it. He didn't hear you.
I said, no, it's not worth it. There's not enough transit police. They didn't increase protection for the riders.
What about the lines to get tokens? What has been your experience with that? When you go get a token in the morning or in the evening, what happens?
Well, if they have two clerks, it's not too bad, but I feel that everyone should get up earlier. It's not transit's problem if you don't get up on time.
I see a lot of people are jumping the turnstiles and not paying. Have you seen much of this? What has been your experience with that?
I haven't seen much of it.
You think people are justified in not paying the fare if their train is coming? They've been waiting online 4 or 5 minutes and they got to get to work on time?
No, I don't. Like I said, they should get up earlier.
You mentioned something about the crime. Have you been unfortunate enough to have an experience, or have you witnessed a criminal assault on someone on the train?
Yes, I have been mugged on the trains, and I've seen. I saw someone get stabbed on the B line, and it's not good. Not good, especially during rush hour. I feel again they should have more protection during rush hour.
Well, to be realistic, let's say they have more protection. Cops can't be everywhere at the same time. What do you think is the solution to this, Sunday?
Could they possibly have transit police with the dogs? And I used to see the guardian angels. I don't see them anymore either. Every once in a while, I think it would be good to try to get them to go on the rougher lines.
There's a lot of construction now going on the trains, and the trains being changed and what have you. Have you had any bad experiences with the trains and the different changes?
Again, I've had a lot of problems with the B line out to Coney Island. It does not run so good. You know, it's been a little better, but during the winter it was really bad. You know.
What do you want to tell the MTA about cleaning up their act? What do you want them to know? What do you want them to fix most about this system?
Well, I would say the delays, but I still feel the crime is more important, and I feel that they should try to work on the delays. And also, I understand they're not giving out train passes anymore for delays, and I feel that's not fair to the workers, such as government workers, who need those passes so they don't take the leave time. But they're not doing it anymore. I'd like to know why they don't, do it.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Okay.
Are you a subway rider, sir? How do you feel about the subway system? You think it's a good one or a bad one?
Well, you're probably getting a lot of negative responses, but I think that the subway system is actually a fairly decent system.
As a matter of fact, I've been getting a lot of positive responses. A lot of people are complaining about the fare hike specifically and the token lines. What has been your experiences in terms of that? When they announced that they were going to raise the fare, how did you feel about it? How do you feel about having to stay online waiting to pay for a token?
Well, I really don't stay online because I buy the tokens, a couple days in advance. I buy the 10 packs, and I never had a problem with that.
Do you think that it's justified that people have to wait on long lines? A lot of people are jumping the turnstiles. They're saying we don't want to pay this. Do you feel that's justified?
Justified jumping the turnstiles? Breaking the law is never justified.
Have you been an unfortunate victim of a crime or anything on the train? What do you think about the crime situation on the train?
Unfortunately, the crime situation is up these days. However, I've never been a victim.
Have you ever seen any crime committed on the trains?
No, I haven't.
What do you think can be done to improve the trains?
The only thing that I think that how the trains could be improved is maybe the service being a little quicker, a little more efficient.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Do you like riding the subways? Do you think it's a good ride or a bad ride?
At times, it got its moments, It's good and it's bad, It's in between.
What has been your worst experience on the trains?
My worst experience on a train? Yo!
Hey, that's decent.
We're real close to jail over here.
Okay. What has been the worst experience you've had on a train, for example?
Dumb people that just pass by. The worst experience is having to tell your boss that you're late, you know? They think that that's an excuse, but it isn't really an excuse. It's actually the truth, you know? If you're an hour late or a half hour late, and you say it's the train, it's actually the train, because if you're coming from Queens into the Bronx or from another district, you know, if you gotta switch into 2 trains, you know you're gonna be late, unless you take off an hour earlier or 2 hours earlier.
Do you think the train system is too slow? Do you think there's not enough trains?
Yes, it's too slow. It is. It's not punctual at all.
When you leave your house at, let's say, 8 o'clock in the morning, well, how long does it take you to get to work? What's the train ride like?
It's supposed to take 30 minutes. That's a usual. Sometimes it takes an hour and a half for me to get.
What is the situation with the long token lines? Do you think that could be improved?
I really think it's beyond the people, you know, because if you was to get all your tokens at one time, you don't have to go through nothing, you know, you just travel through. That's the least of the problems, you know.
The train fare is higher now. Do you think that the service has improved with the train fare?
I don't think so. I think we're giving and we're getting nothing back for it, you know.
What would you think would be the best recommendation, the best improvement you would like to see on the trains?
It's really to say safer trains. That's it. That's the most to it, because you could go by anything else except that safer train. Because if you're coming and your wife or your child or anything else gets attacked in the train, you know, that's where it hurts. Slow trains or something else, that doesn't mean nothing, you know. You could always survive that. It's just the improvement on, you know, you're safe. Safety before anything else.
Okay, thanks a lot. How long have you been a train conductor, sir?
8 years.
No, you have to say it in a full sentence. I've been a train conductor.
I've been a train conductor for 8 years.
What have you seen as a worker for the transit system? What changes have
The
you
vast
seen?
improvement in there's no graffiti, air-conditioned cars. Trains are running on time.
A lot of people saying they're not.
We have a schedules. We try to adhere to the schedules. Trains leave the terminal on time. They, between one end to the other end is where they lose their time.
What kinds of problems slow down the train so that they can't stay on schedule?
Too many trains and the people. When you're running 3, 4, 5 trains on one track, more is less. It's not like the streets where you can go around. You're on the same track. You can't go around them. When you operate more trains, you operate the B, the D, the Q, F's all on the same track, and something breaks down, you're holding back 4 lines. People are accustomed to holding doors. That's the biggest problem we have.
What do you feel about the crime situation on the trains? A lot of people are complaining about that. Do you think anything can be done about it? Do you think
We
it's
need more
safe?
police definitely on the trains. When there's a cop on a train, the passengers feel more at ease, they feel safer. I've noticed that when I first came on the job, we had police walking through the trains, people felt more at ease and more safer. There's been a cutback for some reason with this business about the fare beaters. Something has to be done about that. They must improve the police down at the subway.
What do you feel is what do you think is the most needed improvement as far as the overall system, the physical plant, the trains themselves, or the service?
We need time, we need money. It takes time to rebuild this system. They've let it go to pot for 10 years. Now you just can't rebuild it overnight. Now I work at night. You should see the inconvenience that they do to the passengers. It's a crime. But it has to be done. We don't close the system like other systems. If we close it, we can do the repairs quickly. We don't. We do it between runs of a train every 20 minutes. You know what it is to put a piece of track down? You gotta wait 20 minutes for the next train to come. How much work can you do in 20 minutes? This is the difficult part. We don't close the system down.
So do you think it's going to get better before it gets?
It's going to get much better. You can see the improvement now with the train. The trains itself are clean, no graffiti. They're mostly air-conditioned trains today. Mostly, I would say 90% of trains are air-conditioned today. That's a vast improvement from what we had 5, 10 years ago.
The MTA now has a campaign slogan out asking the people to come back. You think they're going to come back to the system, the ones that decided to walk or to take a cab or do something else?
Did you ever try to go across town in a car? I'll try it one time, then take the subway, and that'll be your answer. It's quicker by subway, believe me.
Okay, thank you.
And
Okay.
the long lines that you say, do people tolerate long lines for sporting events, movies, to go see Madonna? The people that buy the tickets in advance don't wait. So if you buy the tokens in advance, you don't wait online. The same principle applies to sporting events and everything else. Thank you.
Okay, thank
When
you.
is this going to be? I have it on my board.